We were at the armourer's shop. Was the last place we went. The last heist we tried before. And we successfully freed her without too much bother. Really, it went actually probably the smoothest out of all the 3 heists we did. And I think we left it where she is freed, but there are corpses in her shop. We haven't decided what to do with them as of yet. And I think in the chat we were deciding we were going to head on under cover of nightfall still, because we had the distraction of the town hall being on fire, to the last place.
What we could probably work with, being as Nipper isn't going to be here this session, we could probably work on the assumption Nipper is brought Linen, Greywind back to your house, right?
Yep, that sounds
I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
It seems
Sounds good to me.
something that he would do.
I don't think that's what he would do.
I think he specifically said let them go by themselves. There's only one way down the tunnel.
Yes, I remember that.
But he didn't say anything about getting them to the tunnel.
I think we could suggest that Nipper's doing something for Nipper in the process.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of reason. You know, even if it's as simple as he just wants to go and have a lie down for a bit.
He could be flirting with her.
I mean, he could be. I mean,
Never know. She might be his type.
We'll just assume that he's really smitten with her for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
She
go.
looked at him with those eyes.
He looked
those eyes.
Their eyes met across a showroom.
We just say he's the only one with dark vision, so he's the only one that can lead them anyway.
I think Nipper's just greatly moved by and is mourning the loss of Harbin Wester. Yeah,
Let's be honest, he's probably just trying to wrangle himself yet another new morning star.
yeah, this one's not fancy enough. I need an even fancier one with Go Faster Stripes. I like, Gaius, that when you were recapping last week's session, you glossed over all of the slightly less successful heists and the death of one of the people you were trying to rescue, and the stabbing of at least one other one. And you just went straight to we've rescued a woman and other stuff happened, right? But we've rescued a woman and we're trying to work out what to do with these dead bodies.
Always with the positive. We're in lockdown. Don't need negative energy.
Hide the negative and accentuate the positive.
It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. That's why. You're saying it as if it happened. It never happened. We don't let a man go down a hole or anything.
I mean, we were.
No, we don't.
We said whatever happens in Fandolin happens in Fandolin. No one else knows. We can make up our own story.
We don't just let him go down. We set him on fire too.
You have a
we throw huge, big spears at them.
That too.
You guys, proximity to you guys seems to have a real significant statistical skew on the life expectancy of town masters. All I'm saying is I'm not liking the odds for whoever becomes Fandolin Town Master next.
Maybe we should just pick somebody who we don't like.
Well, there's no Town Master Hall now.
I feel like that's what happened last time.
Maybe Black Spider could be the new Town Master.
I like that. Let's just follow on. Let's follow the established pattern of assigning the big bad guy as the Town Master, right?
Yeah, forcefully.
I mean,
It worked out last time.
Yeah, I feel like Gaius will be pleased because I have a feeling that Harlia Thornton's technically probably next in line.
So we put someone in place that's kind of rubbish, and then we come back and be the heroes and just kill them when they start messing things up.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not entirely sure at any point your escapades could be described as we were the heroes. At what point are we the heroes? Particularly around the Town Master.
Hey, he died of accidental causes by fire.
Did he? Okay. I suppose, yeah.
We could be described as the people who try our best but don't always succeed.
I mean, Rook does have a point. Like, literally, you guys are the only ones who know what happened to Harbin. So, I mean, I guess, maybe he died bravely fighting them off. Or you never saw him and he was just lost in the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just couldn't find him, so we assumed.
We couldn't
All
find
of the above.
him. He's dead.
We
All right.
just label him as MIA, missing in action.
MIP, missing in Vandalin.
Yeah.
Well, let's move over to where you guys left off. So,
Yep.
where we had it was you've got 2 dead bodies inside the Lion Shield Costa, and you've got 1 dead body basically half hanging out of a window at the back. So did you ever decide what you were going to do with said 3 bodies?
I think we agreed that we were going to sort of make haste to the next location. So
So leave them where they are, I guess.
We'll drag the one that's in the window, drag that inside, and then obviously Nipper's going to accompany said wench, so we're free to move on.
Okay, so you guys have 2 different places yet that you have yet to go to. You've got the inn, the Stonehill Inn, to try and find Toblin Stonehill, and you've got Barthen at Barthen's Provisions.
Which one's the furthest away?
That's a good question. Let's bring you guys up to the Fandolin map, shall we?
There we go.
Has Nipper got one of the sending stones, by the way? Probably a good idea.
I believe he had one, yes.
Cool.
Yeah, go with that. So you guys are currently here. So, so
There's the Stonehill Inn.
across the main thing, but it is. So you guys are basically right next to the burning town hall.
Yeah.
And then Barton is the other side.
Should we go out the back way?
Yeah.
Yeah. And work our way around. Come up this this path here.
So basically,
Behind.
let me freehand this thing. So the 2 places you're looking at going are here, and
across the road, yeah.
Oh.
Barton. Yeah.
So, and you guys are currently here. So if you're going around sort of this way, you can
to come down this path here.
You can kind of approach either, really.
If we did Barthen's first and it went well, we could do the inn last and then be on our way home rather than.
Yeah, because we can also from Barthen's we can get to. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. We can get to the back of the Stonehill Inn through this way.
Yeah.
Less likely to be spotted.
Yeah, and it saves us going sort of away further away from our home and then back to our home.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all
And then
agreement?
yeah, and then when we've done the inn, we can go out this way behind the sleeping giant and then down.
Sound good?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Sorry, I don't know the town very well, do I?
That's true.
Onward to Barthen's then.
Which is relatively in line with the character, I guess.
Okay, hang on a memento.
So where are we going to?
You are going to Barthen's Provisions.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I just need to set up a few things because inexplicably I didn't set anything up. Alrighty. So let me. So this is what you guys remember Barthen's Provisions look like. We'll work on the basis that there's a fairly good chance that Growlrim, when you stopped in town, you probably visited the provisions place to get yourself some bits and pieces. So you remember roughly what this place looks like. So it is a stone-built building that's sort of a multi-purpose site. It's general provisioning, weapons, forges, smithing, pretty much a bit of everything in there.
It doesn't got any windows.
No, it doesn't have any windows.
And
What kind of-
entrance here?
Yeah, the main door.
Yeah.
What kind of roof has it got?
It has got a thatched roof.
Because we could,
Oh,
I take it.
chimney.
As you say, the furnace wouldn't be lit in the middle of the night, would it? So the chimney would be a route in as well.
You don't know whether the furnace is lit or not from the distance that you're at. It's something that you could go and investigate if you wanted to.
Oh yes, they could have him working all day and all night.
True.
He's not under his own accord, as he's under. Well, we assume that if he's in there, that he's going to be under the.
So we're using the same format, aren't we? We're going to formulate a plan of what we're.
So yeah, you guys need to tell me what you're going to do to try and get the lay of the land and set up. Like basically,
So we're doing the recce first, or trying to find out.
So there's only 2 points of entry.
Entry, so, yeah.
The door and the roof. I don't mind going onto the roof and having a peer down the chimney. But then obviously, depending on
you might be able to listen down, but I don't know if you'll be able to see much.
Well, I'd feel heat coming off, wouldn't I? If the forge was lit.
There are
but we still need to know how many, or we need to know what we're going to be up against.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can have a listen at the door as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the stone wall is going to be hard to listen to, so yeah, the door would probably be.
The door, yeah, listen at the door.
Is there any kind of window in the door, or is it just a plain wooden door?
there is a small glass window in the door, about sort of a 2 size, I'd say. Sort of face height.
Dare I suggest that we just knock on the door?
What, all of us? You don't want to split up?
Well, I'd say maybe 3 of us knock on the door.
There's only 2 entrances. It's not like we can't split up and pincer from anywhere on this one.
Yeah, I think we might just have to bust the door open.
I'm just thinking, if we knock on the door, as soon as somebody opens it, we shove it open and everyone bursts in.
Does the door open in?
Yeah, we're probably getting a little bit ahead of ourselves though, because like I said, this bit is just finding out what we need to do.
You guys can do.
So I'd still say like listen at the door before we do anything. Even if we're going to knock, just listen, see, get an idea of if we can hear anything or.
Yeah. So basically, what you can do is this round gives you guys an opportunity to find ways that you're going to scope out the situation. And it gives you an opportunity to sort of set up for if your then plan is to kick in the door or knock on the door or whatever you want to do, would go on to that in a later phase.
I think our best bet is to get whoever's got the sharpest hearing to whack their ear on a door.
Okay, so
but there's nothing really else that we can do, is there?
Is it?
We could maybe have a check of the chimney as well if you want. We might be able to hear something that way, but it's whether it's going to gain us much.
Different area of the building, I guess there could be different stuff in different areas.
Yeah. Is it a single story, Paul?
It is a single story, yes.
So yeah, I'll quickly hop onto the roof and sort of try and listen down the chimney.
Okay, so can you roll perception for me then, please?
Well, he's got to get on the roof first, doesn't he?
He's able to climb up that roof. He's pretty well at this stuff. Lovely. That's cool. So you climb up onto the roof using some of the sort of loose stonework at the side and clamber up onto the thatch roof. It becomes very evident very quickly that the forge is very definitely working because there's smoke coming out and quite a lot of heat coming out of the stone chimney that's sticking out of the top. You edge yourself as close as you can without searing off your eyebrows, and you do hear regular rhythmic clanging that you would presume would be from the anvil. So it sounds like someone's working at the anvil. judging by the way the heat sort of pulses, you would possibly think that it would suggest that someone might be stoking the furnace as well.
Okay.
Uh,
So guys, from up here, I can tell the forge is lit. There's definitely there's definitely at least one person working in there. I would say probably two. So it's definitely not going to be a case of sneaking in.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think we had much option of sneaking in. Like I said, there's not really element of surprise in the fact that we only have one entrance.
Yeah, there's no way. The forge is lit, so I'm going to have to off the roof. There's only the one way in, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So who else wants to have a crack at finding out some information about what's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to listen at the door.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to roll, what skill do you want to roll for that? I'd say perception, I guess.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, okay, cool. So you listen at the door, and you can also hear the ready rhythmic whacking of an anvil. You can also see, I presume that at the same time you're going to have a little look through the window.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see across the way, it's a fairly well lit, in places, room. It looks like it's sounds fairly busy. You can see at least one female-looking drow sort of perusing through the stock like on the tables and in boxes, sort of having a bit of a rummage with her back to you.
Yeah.
So that's what you.
Oh, sorry. I went really quiet. I thought I'd lost connection to the thing.
Female drow. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll say to the guys I can, from what I can see, I can hear people working in there, and then I can see one drow looks to be female, which is not something we've come across yet. Perusing items in the store.
Okay. Did you see any discernible weaponry on this, or did we just see?
He didn't get a great look from that perspective. He just sort of saw a female drow rummaging. It was no obvious weapons on her.
No, and the back was turned.
Like, there aren't necessarily giant weapons of death just lying around. I had to work with the maps that I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Lars, have you seen that I've whispered to you?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Done. Oh.
Nice.
Okie dokie.
Oh, history. Interesting.
Okay. You said that there was a female in there, didn't you, Rook?
From what I can see, yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
look as male-like as the rest of them. It does have its back turned to me.
Okay. She is likely to be more important than any of the others that we've seen. Possibly stronger too. So we might need to be careful here. We might be able to get some information out of her.
I was just about to say, are we looking to sort of suppress and interrogate?
If we can, but I think we also need to be wary that she's likely, possibly, to know some magic as well.
Okay.
So
So if
certainly
shit goes
more
down,
than any of the others.
if it looks like it's going to go down, then we'll just kill her.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think we just need to be careful. If we can get her, then obviously we'll do our best. But
Do we know any knowledge in terms of incapacitation? How we can incapacitate them?
hit to not kill.
Is there any way that we can stun? I mean, do we have any methodology of stunning?
Do we know any spells? Might be useful.
I do.
Sorry, what now? Who said what now?
We was talking about how we might incapacitate her if we had the chance to. If we don't, then we'll just kill her.
I'm just wondering if we can kind of go in with the intent to incapacitate rather than kill. So maybe
Lars. Lars.
Yeah, sorry.
You seem to know some bits about these female drow. Does the fact that she's wearing all black robes make a difference?
Finding out. Not that I know of.
Because I'm thinking black robes, drow, black spider.
Yeah, I wouldn't think. I don't know. It's possible, but she'd be here. Would she not be in the manor, or would
You
she
think
just
she'd
have
be
the?
more protected and surrounded? I would have thought.
Yeah, or where the action is, where they're looking for this book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So maybe
So
it's...
it might just be one of her high-ranking lieutenants or whatever, but I don't know.
Okay.
Have you seen what I've put, guys?
That
very true. Block up
possible.
the chimney. Very, very interesting
There's
idea.
no windows or anything like that. If we don't start a fire this time, if we just make it smoky down there.
Yeah, we have the fact that there's no windows, so we've got to go in there still.
Yeah,
but it might force them out.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, good idea. And then we can. So I'm thinking maybe if we position ourselves in kind of strategic positions. So maybe we try and get behind here.
Yeah.
Into the corners of the walls.
But maybe have somebody here to kind of...
If I could stand there.
I could stand here.
But
would you not rather be like leave the sort of cutthroatedness stuff to me and Rook, and you sort of,
well, someone needs to be on top
next to Lars, and you could do whatever with your.
Well, someone needs to block the chimney.
Yeah, someone needs to be blocking the chimney.
Okay.
So who's the best ranged? Mike, is that you?
I would argue that it would be me. It would be the best ranged attacker.
But then you could probably attack them from the roof, to be honest.
If I was up here.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be able to look down into this area here.
Yeah. If I were to be there, then I could do that. And then, as to say, if you guys were either side of the door or something, with Lars slightly further back.
Yeah, and I have the benefit of both. I'm quick with daggers and stuff, but I'm also, if they get any sort of distance, I'm good with the crossbow. So. Yeah.
Because obviously the first thing they do when they open the door is they're going to sort of be coughing, spluttering. They might even come down on hands and knees trying to breathe.
We just need to be wary of this dark drow.
Okay. Here's another option. Do we bar the door?
We don't want to kill
but then we're not giving them any route out. Then we'd still have to go in at some point.
But what I'm saying is we can we can knock them out through smoke inhalation. It won't kill them.
Where it might kill them.
Eventually.
I know, but
Never hard to judge from the outside.
Yeah.
but they would pass out, wouldn't they? We would hear them pass out.
I enjoy how confident you are that you as a party can control fire and smoke, because so far that's gone really well for you.
Well,
It's a single fire. It's a single fire.
and it's experience. We've got to get better at it eventually.
I mean, I do have some medical knowledge. I might know how long they could last before passing out.
So you're hinting that you need to know how long they...
I could start a timer.
Yeah,
And
but they would be at the door, wouldn't they? So we'd hear them fall.
that is true.
There's no way other way
I
out.
suppose
is there?
they'd be banging on the door, and when the banging stops, I guess that would be...
Exactly. I mean, if
But-
it was any other
Wait, wait, wait.
situation,
Wait a minute.
If this is a magic drow, then she may know some sort of spell that she can not be knocked. You know what I mean? Prevent herself from being affected by it. And then when we open the door, thinking everything's fine, bam, like we're...
Or she might be able to open the door. Or
yeah, that.
we know that they use sending stones as well,
Yeah,
don't we? So they might be able to call back up. Should be an issue.
yeah. Let me see what I have in spells.
why don't we do it anyway to cause confusion?
I think we try and smoke them out.
And we go in with the smoke.
I just feel like we're putting ourselves at risk there, but
So, you guys are talking about, did you say wedging the door? So,
We thought about it.
so
I think we won't wedge the door.
I need to illustrate to you that I tried to say earlier that the door opens both ways.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
But so I'd also want to know how you were planning on wedging the door as well.
Well, we have an
No,
immovable
but-
rod.
That's true.
You can only hold it one way.
That's assuming that Nipper has relinquished it.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it's
true.
has it.
It is immovable from his side.
Well, the plan would have been to block them from opening it outwards, but if they can open it inwards, it pretty much renders that useless.
Yeah. So do we want to start try to smoke them out? They will, I assume, at first they might just put the fire out. To be honest.
Yeah, they might, because the chimneys get blocked, right? It's a common thing. Like, they get sooted up and they get blocked.
It's not.
And he's probably got a bucket or two of water lying around to put it out with.
Yeah, well,
Is
you'll
it
have
just-
buckets of water to douse the
But is it just
yeah,
the whole
exactly.
art? Is it just the whole art of distraction? Do we do that?
It's a forge, isn't it? So a bucket of water is not going to put it out. If we block it, it's going to take them a while to do that. And like you say, it's not an openly aggressive act. They're not going to think, oh, someone's straight away on the roof. They're just going to think it's getting a bit smoky in here. Potentially, they'll be like, oh, let's open the door. There's some ventilation.
Yeah. I guess we can try and smoke them out and see what happens.
The smoke will choke the fire anyway, so it will go down. And then, like you said, they probably will try and put it out if it's coming back through.
Yeah.
What about
And if-
what about
Actually,
if I whack my fire breath down it?
just to really overdo the fire. Yeah, we risk setting the building on fire then, though, don't we?
And they would know that the fire's
It's a
coming
stone
down.
building. Well, it's got a thatched roof, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
This
I'm-
way, if we just block it, then, like you say, it can be a thing where chimneys get blocked. Things happen.
Yeah.
You know.
And also, if we manage to do it enough, I'm sure we would be able to see through the window them
If
at
they
least
move
moving towards it or
that
something.
way. And if they do move towards that way, if they go behind this area here, at least we've got something between us and them, this
Yeah.
bench here. And then we can come in the door and we kind of have it won't be an element of surprise as such, but we'll have like, an edge. We'll know where around they are.
Yeah,
But
the
we've got to
only
be
issue-
careful.
Yeah, the only issue is if there's anyone over there.
Yeah, that was my other concern.
One thing I need to check is, what are you going to block the chimney with?
I was going to take my tunic off and then shove it in the chimney.
Okay. So you see the size of that
Furnace.
and you see the size of you. It's a big old chimney.
I like to wear my clothes baggy.
All right. You know what?
It's a
It doesn't come into little
Do you know
things
what?
at the top. It's a straight out opening, like straight.
I'm going to work on the assumption that somewhere between you've got a tarpaulin or something. This seems you guys probably have done before. At least Rook and Gaius have probably done before.
Okay, right. Really crazy suggestion number 2. Do we put the hole in front of the door?
That's not a bad idea.
yeah. That is not a bad idea at all.
Oh, actually, crazy idea number 3. What have we got on this cloak of ours?
A boat.
Other than the boat.
Battering ram.
A
We do
window.
have a battering ram.
A window.
Don't think
A
we need
window.
that.
A window.
Yeah, no,
A window.
I'm thinking we have a window, but do we have?
They might be a bit spooked if a window appears in the wall.
Oh, I thought we had another one that would create a hole rather than just a window.
I thought we did have a hole on the patches.
We have a hole. We have a hole.
No, we've got a dagger, 2 lanterns, 2 mirrors, 2 poles, some rope,
We've got
2 sacks,
we've got
some
the hole.
gold.
The immovable
Mike
hole.
has got
Not
a hole.
Yeah, but the hole doesn't
It's
act
a
like
portal.
making a hole in the wall.
No,
It
it's
acts as
yeah.
a portal into a different dimension. So,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
No, we couldn't reach through into the building and grab someone. It doesn't work that way.
no.
But as you say, for the crazy idea, if I were to clog the chimney and it does, the hole got put by the door, it doesn't matter whether it opens in or out. The chances are someone's going to come to the door and potentially fall in. I mean, because it's just the planning phase, we don't know how it's all going to play out anyway. But we could, as you say, like.
Well, if we do the chimney thing, try and get as many of them over here as we can.
Yeah.
Take that patch off, whack a window over here, so we can see what's going on over here. And then couldn't we climb through the window? Is it that kind of window? Could we not use the window as an entrance?
So it's a 2 foot by 4 foot. So yeah, you could.
Oh, it's quite big, yeah. So we could
In
make
terms of a window, how does it actually work in terms of what kind of material is it?
It would be
trying
a glass window.
So
Okay,
it
could
turns
be.
into a genuine window.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about smashing that.
So it's a 2 foot by 4 foot, up to 2 foot deep, which you can place on a vertical surface that you can reach. The pit is a cube 10 feet on either side, which you can place on the ground within 10 feet of you.
Oh yeah, no, we do have a pit, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only put it on the ground.
I feel like that pit might be a little bit overkill. We can use the hole at least.
I mean, the pit would take up this, I think this and this, so we wouldn't even be able to get in.
Yeah.
So
I think this is a good idea with the chimney, and then whack that window here. We can get through the window if there's no one in this area.
So
If there is people in this area, then we smash the window, element of surprise, and try and get them in that way. And then at least should give us time before everyone comes rushing back this way.
Do we want to leave somebody by the door, or do we want to?
Yeah, definitely.
So
But
you
like,
Rook.
let me.
if we plan this out,
And
so
you'll put the
before we put that window in the wall, do we want a bit of smoke to build up so they don't realise or notice that a window just appears in the wall?
Yeah, that's what we
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but we also don't want the smoke to build up so much that they try and exit before we're ready.
So
Right, okay, so I would suggest, given
I
my
mean, basically, on the
innate-
basis of
given
what we
my
said
given my knowledge. Hang on a minute.
Everyone's trying to talk at the same time.
Give me 1 second. I was going to say, given my knowledge of fire, I think that 5 minutes will give us enough, given the size of the fire, to give us enough of a distraction.
Okay, so
I'm just saying. I would know how long.
yeah, so just out of interest, so you put in the hole, or the hole by the door, right, where I've put it, roughly.
Yep.
Where are you putting the window?
where
Right.
is.
Okay.
do you want us to move ourselves into position, Paul, for
Yeah,
where the
that'd
plan
be
would
great.
start from?
don't want to go to bed.
I know you don't, darling. But it's bedtime.
No. Because I want my drink because it was on yours.
You're not having any of mine. It's pause.
I feel like that's the quote of the session. Okay, cool. So, what I need to understand then is, so we've got the hole in place, and you guys are going to slap the window on the wall where Growram is. Gaius, you're going to be up on the roof. Right?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Okay. And Lars, what are you doing?
Am I here in case somebody comes out the door? If I stand
And leap
Right.
the hole.
There's only one way to escape, isn't there, Sam?
yeah, and I guess you can watch that as well, can't you, from up on the roof?
Because if you've got that corner, I can have the corner nearer me. If they get past Rook, if there's more than one, so you can pick off if they go that side, and I can pick off if they go this side.
So, am I understanding that your plan is to basically stick the hole down, cover the chimney, and give it 5 minutes before you then slap the window on and see what happens? Or are you just...
Yeah.
Yep.
And if they come out before the 5 minutes, before the window goes down, then
I should be able to do something.
So, Growram, you've got time to obviously position yourself. So if you wanted to get down from the roof, you can do. If you wanted to position yourself on the corner of the roof, you can do.
I'm not on the roof.
You are?
Do you mean Gaius?
Yeah, sorry, Gaius.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to stay on the roof because, as I say, if they come out of the door, that's right. Yeah, if I'm on the corner.
And we've got 3 points. We've got 3 points of attack. You've got close range, you've got ranged, and then if they get really far, you've got slashing.
Yeah, slashing. Down.
I've got some javelins to chuck in the pit.
Yeah, you got javelin. Yeah, long range. You know, you got the straight down the alleyway. So
We need to be careful of the magic.
yeah.
And can you still see through the door, by the way?
No, I've lost. I can't see anything. So she might have moved now. I mean, she was in the
Yeah,
sort of right
I'm just thinking we need to be able to see through the door to make sure everybody's moved. Well, I suppose Growram.
But then I'd be in the hole.
Yeah, that is a problem. Then you won't be able to see through the door. So I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Happy?
So you slap the tarpaulin over the top of the chimney, and you throw the hole down, and you don't really hear much happen for a little while. But after a couple of minutes, Gaius, you start to hear some muffled voices coming down there that seem to be sort of. It's very hard to hear, but you do. You start to hear a few things. Could you roll perception or insight for me?
I certainly can. Give me a moment. I think it'll be perception probably because I've got a better score.
Mm-hmm.
What's insight? Yeah, I'll roll perception.
Okay. That's fine. So you start to hear some voices from down there that seem to be getting, you'd guess, maybe a little bit more like agitated or louder. Rook, you can hear some shouting and some scuffling of people at the door. But for those 5 minutes, nothing happens with the door. Like, you, glancing through the window as best you can, you see the occasional flicker of movement, but you don't really, at the angle that you're at, you can't really see much.
Yeah.
So your 5 minutes has elapsed, and nothing's happened with the door.
So boom goes the window.
Time for the window then, I believe, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, down goes the window.
So you slap the window on, and you can. Are you going to just climb straight through? I'm going to assume that you can open the window because it's probably an opener. Let's call it fancy.
I'm going to look through the window first.
Okay, so you can see this area from like along here. You can just see it's empty of like humanoids or anything. There's like it's an empty storeroom. You've got a counter with a stool, and you don't see anyone. But there is a decent amount of smoke in there, but not so much as to prevent you seeing.
I'm going to go in then as quietly as I can.
Do you want us to follow you?
Don't move your tokens. I'll move them. So Growlrim
I didn't.
in. What is everyone else doing?
I'm going to wait where I am for now, see how this plays out.
So, has Growlrim indicated to me that it's empty?
I did beckon to Lars.
Okay. Should I call Rook as well? Are you coming, Rook?
No.
Or do you want to
Definitely
stick?
not.
You want to stay by the door? Okay. The big tough guys are gonna try and sneak into this room.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, you said don't move.
So what happens there? So you're going to go in, are you, Lars?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sword ready.
So what happens then is you guys head in, and you sort of try and sneak round the corner here. And you see, as you round the corner, two male drow who seem to be sort of crouched by the doorway, expecting someone to run in. They're sort of guarding the doorway. You see the female drow. Let me. So you see two male drow sort of waiting by the door. They look like they're waiting for someone to run in and to sort of cut them down. And you have the female drow is stood over a cowering, incapacitated human that you recognize as Barthen in the far corner. You're not sure what she's doing to him, but she seems to be doing some sort of magical thing to him. There is smoke around, but there's not a huge amount of smoke billowing round. So you, Growlrim, are pretty aware quite quickly that the forge has presumably been doused.
Yeah.
So you are pondering what to do when the nearest drow to you sees you, and the first drow shouts and then runs towards you. The other drow by the door, they say something to each other, but you don't know what. The female drow shouts in a language you don't understand, and this one kicks the door open and legs it out the door. Straight into so, which he wasn't expecting. So he's currently fallen down a hole. So what I need you guys to... So what's happening with Growlrim and Lars? You've got a sword-wielding drow running straight at you. So I need you guys to do some sort of check to tell me what you're going to do to deal with that situation. What are you going to do to deal with that situation?
I'm going to run at him and try and knock him out.
Okay.
By kind of just barging him over and in an attempt to... I'm going to look at Lars first, and then we're going to kind of synonymously do it. You agree? I nod at Lars, and then we run at him.
So what I need you to do then, and are you doing that with
kind of tombstone him, double tombstone?
So are you doing that with weapons or just physically?
Well, I'm going to have my kind of elbow out in front of me.
Yeah, physically wrestle and push him to the ground, basically.
I'm not bothered about killing him. I just want to knock him out so that we can get to this other one, if we can.
Roll an attack as if you were rolling with your weapons, then. I'll let you do just a weapon attack then for each of you.
Okay, the intent isn't to kill.
No, I get that.
All
right. That was bad.
What are we doing?
Just a standard weapon.
Right.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, so you two sort of stand there, and he runs at you screaming, and you look at each other, nod, and just charge both of you and absolutely smash him, and he flips end over end.
You ever seen someone tackle in rugby? Yeah.
I'm assuming at that point he's pretty much out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Okay. Where's that? There you go. He's unconscious. So, what then happens is the Rook and Gaius, you see a drow plummet into the hole, and
Yes.
hear
Yes.
shouting and some sort of like wet, meaty thuds from inside the building. So you're aware that there's a drow in the bottom of your hole, and you're aware that there sounds like there's some fighting and some shouting going on inside. What are you going to do about that situation?
How deep is this hole?
10
10
foot.
foot.
10 foot.
It's pretty deep, and he's just fallen face first into it.
Okay, so he's not getting out. We don't think he's getting out anytime soon.
As far as you're aware, yeah.
Yeah. I have to bear in mind there is a hole in front of me.
There is enough that you could get round the edge of it if you wanted.
You have
You
to
can
remember.
close
You
the
have to
hole.
remember. You can close the hole
Him inside.
with him inside. Yes.
Side with
Yeah. He has enough air for 10 minutes.
We're not
Oh,
going to
no.
talk about
We'll
that.
just
So,
pick him
so
up
we
later
could-
and take him out.
we could leave him for 11.
Yeah. Sort it out later.
Next time we use the hole, we're like, oh crap, it's already full. Got a
You could use it as like
portable-
a. You could use it as like a body pit.
Yeah. anytime we
pit.
need a cadaver, just get it out.
How tall is this bench, Paul?
That is a counter, so it's about waist height. It's about the same height as a desk.
So could I crouch round? Obviously, you said I can walk around this area here, like just about.
You could sort of like clamber over. Yeah, the door's open.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
literally just walking around. But can I crouch and walk around and try and stick it lower than the desk behind here?
Yeah, so you're going to head in there at sort of ground level, so that you're sort of covered, so to speak.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're going to go in that way. What are you going to do, Gaius? Oh, have you
Uh,
the whole place?
Can Gaius tell that the fire's out?
Gaius has no idea because he's put tarpaulin over the top and moved away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
I'm going to hop down off the roof,
Yep.
and I'm going to close the portal with the drawl in it. And then I'm going to just stroll in through the door, bold as brass.
All right, cool. So you're both going to enter. Okay, so obviously that's all happened. So in a short space of time, you got two of your party have basically just smashed a drow that charged at them, and you sucked another one into a hole in your pocket. However,
This is
upon seeing all of this happen, female drow waves her hands and utters some invocations, and three small creatures appear. And charge straight at all of you.
do we know what these are?
Hang on, describe them to you. So they are small. They're sort of like worm-like creatures that seem to have a sort of a beaked talon and sort of octopus sucker tendrils on them. So imagine like 4 octopus limbs with a spiked beak in the middle on the end of a snake body.
How tall are they?
They are. That is a bloody good question that I'm so glad you asked. They are medium sized. They're about your height.
Okay.
Nice.
And they
These
are
are-
stinging themselves at you, pincers.
Already.
Happening. So basically, you're all being assaulted by evil beaked snake
Well,
thing.
not all of us. Not all of us. Sam's.
Apparently, I'm okay.
Lars is okay.
Fine. But what are you guys as a party going to do to deal with the snappy death snake thing?
I was going to just open the hole in front of me
The hole's still on the floor here.
So it
No, he picked it up.
No, he picked it up.
pocket.
I thought you just closed it. Oh.
No, I put it in my pocket, so I can just open it again, and that thing's going to fall in and start mashing up the other droll that's in there gasping for air.
What I need
Very good point.
is I need you to roll a dex check for me, Gaia.
Nope.
Do we still have inspirations, by the way?
Only if you've not used them.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, cool. So you do manage to fling down the hole, and the creature does fall into that hole. Bear with.
Da-da-da-da.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh, we all slid. It was
the
like
map has moved.
Video.
Earthquake.
There we go again.
I moved to the wrong layer. Everyone ignore that. Nothing happened.
Beautiful.
Okay, so there's now a sort of 8-foot hole in front of you on the ground with a drow and a sneaky grick in the bottom of it. What is everyone else doing to deal with this situation?
I'm just going to give it. I'm just going to give it a right royal growl and welcome.
All right, and
At least no fire.
So I'm gonna take my sword out and do like a golf swing.
okay,
Try and slice it up the middle.
okay,
Yeah, just like one of the classic moves I learned from my many years of dealing with snakes.
yep.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, that's a big fail right there. So okay, and Rook, what are you doing to address this situation?
I too am taking out my longsword and swiping at this thing.
All right, roll an attack then.
No, I'm not, because I don't have a longsword. What I meant was my rapier, or whatever it is, rapier thing.
Yeah. Okay.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So Rook slashes or stabs his right through the beak, and it withers down dead. However, Growrim, you do manage to smush yours, but unfortunately, it the same, like you sort of swing your sword in a golf swing, slashing through it and splitting it in two. Unfortunately, you lose your balance and you do take a chunk out of Lars at the same time.
Yeah, he's just getting me back.
Do I have to roll damage?
No. Don't worry about it. So obviously you're all initially dealing with that wave of fighting. At the same time, the female drow has grabbed a weirdly unconscious but still standing Barthen and has him pulled in front of her and is holding her arm across his throat and sort of screams at you in a sort of throaty, uncomfortable common tongue. Weapons down, or the human dies, and is edging forwards towards the door.
Before she does that, give me a second. I'm trying to find a spell and exactly what it does.
Okay.
This is taking. Appear to be right at the bottom of the list rather than right at the top. Here we go. So she can obviously understand common, yes?
Yeah.
She can't speak it very well.
It's not so much.
Well,
it's that she chooses. She doesn't seem to really. She seems to be like moderately offended that she has to.
Okay. Can I use my spell command
Hmm.
and tell her to drop?
Okay, let's have a look.
Just having an issue with roll 20, guys. So if I disappear, then that's why.
Okay. And Lars is the only one that's got something left to do, isn't he? We've all had something.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all right.
It needs to do a wisdom check, right? And that's against your spell save, which is
Yep, which is my charisma.
okay. Hang on.
Wait.
It was wisdom, wasn't it?
Yep.
Sure, I just told it to do a thing. Okay, weird. Bear with. Yeah. Okay. So, you
Was that meant to be visible?
did you see? Yeah, you guys can see that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it doesn't. She blinks at you a couple of times and then sneers and laughs in your face and keeps advancing, screaming, "Pathetic human! You think you can outdo me?" And then reiterates, "Out my way, or the human dies."
So she's got to get past me and Rook, right?
And the hole.
And the hole with snappy things in it. So she's got a blade to his neck.
No, she doesn't have a blade, but
An arm.
her hand and arm are sort of glowing malevolently at his throat.
I don't think we can let her get away.
We're not. She's got no way out.
Well, no, she has.
This is what I was trying to ask though, Paul. Is have we got anything? Have we used up essentially our part for this
No. Any one
thing, or can we do anything?
Any one of you can make an attempt to deal with this situation. So remember, what we're doing as part of this is to determine how successful you are. You're doing a bunch of actions, and each action, when you succeed, you get a success or a failure, and you have to get to a certain number of successes before you get to a certain number of failures to either succeed or fail at this heist.
Yeah.
Right.
So it might be quite close at this point. So basically, at this point, this event has happened. So any one of you can take an action to try and resolve what's going on.
Rook.
Okay,
Rook.
yeah.
She's got to pass you and I at the same time, right? She's got to kind of like shuffle in between us. So, do you not think that if we waited for the moment she got in between us, both of us could try and like stab her or something with either side? She can't block both of us.
I feel like she's got something to. I don't know. I don't want to just have a. I was going to use a spell.
If you've got a spell, that's fine. I don't possess any.
Yeah. I'm going to cast sleep on her.
Oh. Okay.
Let's remember how the spell works, but are we sleep information? Going to send an order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures. A pinch of fun, yeah, that's fine. Spell sends creatures into magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures that a spell can affect.
Okay.
So I need to roll 5d8.
Nice.
Start with the creature.
Okay.
Sleep takes damage or someone uses it. pages of points from total love.
So
Doesn't say they can save against. There's no save for it. It's just that.
yeah. So what happens is you cast your spell at her and it hits her sure and true, and she doesn't even blink.
Oh.
She looks at you and just erupts in rage. She shoves the unconscious Barthen towards you and then blasts a spell at you that knocks all of you off your well, sorry, no, it knocks Rook and Gaius off their feet.
So we're now prone.
And she
Hang on a minute.
straight into Barthen's back.
She what?
She blasts it straight into Barthen's back. So he's catapulted into the two of you. You're not
Is
prone.
he dead?
He's dead.
You don't know at the moment. He's just taken.
Oh, okay.
She makes a run then for the door. However, obviously, seeing all of this, Lars and Growlrim charge straight in and cut her to pieces.
Nice.
So she's now.
Do we cut her to pieces, or do I just give her? I was always for incapacitating her, so I would be more akin to trying to subdue her.
I hear what you're saying, but based on the fact that you failed.
What's happened?
Well, no, Paul, I'm not being funny. I said right at the beginning, subdue, don't kill. So we would aim to subdue her, regardless of what's happened.
Give you the opportunity. You're either.
Are you agreed? Are you agreed? Are you agreed, Sam?
Yeah, to be fair, that is what I was saying as
We
well.
both said that. So we
appreciate
both.
Andrew, I appreciate that's what you said, but she's not giving you the opportunity to try and incapacitate her. She is going either you kill her or she gets away.
Right.
To be fair, we did also say that. We did also say if she didn't.
And also, bearing in mind the mechanics that we're working, you guys have just failed the heist, so you don't get a huge amount of like.
Right.
That too.
So you basically have to, at the last minute, basically stick your sword.
How did that fail, though, Paul? If that's got no failing point, how did that fail?
Because Ryan's
You didn't roll enough hit points for her hit points.
How much health does she have?
Well, if we're talking metagame, she had 71 hit points.
What?
Goodness.
Wow.
She's a high up drow, mate.
So how did we kill her?
That too.
You guys you kind of have to take this with a certain amount of like practice. Guys, all right.
Sorry, Paul. I mean, sorry. You can see why I was a wee bit kind of confused.
I understand where you're coming from, and again, this is just it's the idiosyncrasies of the mechanics that we're having to work with. I do understand.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. I mean,
Can Ryan?
Yeah,
not...
I get the point, and apologies if I meant. I was just being a bit frustrated, I guess.
On the plus side for you guys, you do have an unconscious drow over there that you guys both clotheslined into within an inch of his life. And I suppose in theory, you've also got an unconscious drow in the bottom of a hole.
If it's not been eaten.
True. To be fair, the two bodies of the ones that you killed have disappeared the moment that you turned the female drow into a shish kebab.
Okay.
So,
fair enough.
As long as it didn't...
I would assume that, yeah.
So what's the state of play with the guy we were trying to rescue?
So you can check over his body. He is basically been... Like, he looks on the outside a bit buffeted, but he's leaking blood from pretty much every orifice that you care to inspect. And when you check his pulse, he be incredibly dead.
So there's no... Lars, you have no way to bring him back or anything, no?
I do not know.
We can't because we're fair.
Not the time. Like same as last time. Like he's probably been, it's happened over a period of time. So
there are spells for bringing people back from the dead, but I don't have one.
Have an inspect of him with their medical skill. Feel free to roll and have a look.
I mean, I can.
We
Don't
haven't
know
got much. We haven't got much to lose, have we? To be fair.
what killed him. The blast to the back, was it?
Yeah, hang on.
Can I give it a go as well?
Yeah, you guys can all have a bit of a prod and a poke if you want. Yeah, this guy.
I do like to prod
Okay.
and poke.
All right, hold on. Where are we? Medicine. Oh, geez, it's not very good, is it?
Okay, so
Guys, yes.
Okay, so you're all sort of like you all sort of kneel over him, and sort of you're rolling him over, and kind of as you're rolling him over, you can feel like pretty much all of the bones are like
Mush.
grinding on each other.
Yeah.
They're broken in multiple places. When you roll him over, blood comes out of all of different. It feels like he's sort of almost had his insides pureed. Like he's been the subject of a very close range, very concussive blast. If anything, Rook and Gaius, you're quite pleased that he was between you and the blast.
Yeah, otherwise it would have been us in.
What happens is, while you guys are knelt over, inspecting the body, a drow sneaks around the corner, leaps over the counter, and legs it out the door.
What?
So he's making a break for it.
Look, have you got line of sight?
He does not.
Yeah,
I'm prone.
can anyone see him?
Well,
I'm prone. I'm on the floor.
Yeah,
We've
so
all got
you can see
knowledge.
him running away, but what you also see, as he's coming to the entrance, or as he's sort of coming to along here, you do see a figure appear, just flying around the corner, and takes him out of the kneecaps in a sort of flying tackle, then scrambles over and grabs him from behind and puts a blade to his throat.
So
Wait,
my
what?
guy, it's River, isn't it?
So you see a familiar figure, basically.
Told you it'd help.
With a
Told you it'd come good.
And
Yes.
Like, where the fuck have you been?
looks like I got the right job, didn't I, sir? Do you need him?
Can I just walk over and shake River's hand?
Well, he's kind of a bit busy at the minute. He's saying, "Do you need this one?"
Chuck him in the pit.
No.
We got another.
So when you say no, he nods, pulls his knife across the guy's throat, and then chucks him aside. Stands up and wipes his blade on the guy's cloak.
Nice.
Excellent.
Now can I shake his hand?
Can I give him a solid slap on the back and tell him, "You did good, River. You did good."
I was going to say to him, you weren't followed, were you?
He nods to Growlrim and Lars and says, "Thanks, sirs." He looks over at you and goes,
Oh, yeah.
"Of course I wasn't followed. I'm not stupid."
As I get up from my
Could have
stage,
fought me.
a proud dad nod.
You are.
Finally.
Boy, done good.
He looks.
We got time to ask him some questions, seeing as he's here.
Well, as far as you're aware, I mean, you have got an unconscious drow over in there, so whether you want to do anything about that is entirely up to you. I mean,
I'll let the other guys.
Do we need him?
We don't need any loose ends, so I'll just go over and butcher him.
okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Hang on a minute.
I don't know if he'll know anything, but we can try.
Does he even know how to speak in our tongue?
I think so.
No, just off him.
Yeah, job done. He's been.
I can understand. Drow.
I do, however, want to take the lady drow with us.
The dead lady.
I was going to say I can understand Drow if we wanted to talk to him.
Didn't you hack her into loads of pieces?
Well, they stabbed her, she cut him down. So she's like vaguely intact. Really apprehensive about what you're planning.
Put her in the hole if you want to carry her.
No,
Or the bag,
talking about
is anyone-
I'm not talking about any nastities. I'm just talking about taking her with us.
Well, if we're going to take her, we might as well chuck her in the hole, and then I can.
I'm taking a
This is
mental
what I was
image
just about to say.
in the fact that I can may need to have to use something later with disguise.
You're going to. I mean, so you're basically going to take her so that you can steal her clothes and pretend to be her at a later point.
I'm thinking I don't want them to know that she's gone. I'd rather that they think she's missing.
So if we lob her in the hole and then just say I've closed it and put it in my pocket.
Are you?
Agreed.
Are you keeping the other body in there as well?
Why not?
Because when you look in there, he's very dead and he's been chewed a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
It could be good intimidation. The next time I throw it out in the middle of a room or something, there's 2 haggard corpses in there.
Well, hopefully there'll only be one. We'll see, but
You got 1.5 corpses in there. Well done. Okay, cool. So you're chucking. So you acquire a bag with 1.5 dead drow in it. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you gonna do now then? Because obviously you've got River with you. You can either have a chat with him, or
can I have a chat with River about where he's been?
Yeah. So he says, sir, I've only just returned from Agrilatha, the Banshees.
How did that go?
It went well. I had to take I couldn't take the gift for her because you had that. So
that's kind of here. Yeah.
Mr. Garreley suggested I appeal to the hag's better nature.
Okay, how did that go?
Not great. Not great. However, I was able to help her out with a little kobold problem that she had, and I.
Okay.
It turns out that she didn't like the kobolds living in the swamp just next to her hovel, so I persuaded the kobolds to move on, and in gratitude, she answered my questions.
Okay. Did you find out where the book was?
I didn't find out where the book was, but I found out. So Agrilatha says that she sold the book to a Tresendar.
Right.
About
Okay.
100 years ago. He seemed to be very interested in demons and communicating with demons, and he seemed to think that would be of some use.
That's why they're looking under the manor then.
So we think it's still possibly at the manor.
Well, I'm pretty certain it's in the manor, under the manor somewhere.
Where we were in the caverns underneath before.
Yeah, but still don't know exactly where, do we?
So
Okay.
as River enters, he looks down and he sees Barthen on the floor and goes, "Oh no, is that Barthen?"
Yeah.
He spits on the floor and looks. He has a sort of complex expression on his face, and he says, "I always felt guilty for cuffing that one about the head."
We can make good on this. It's fine.
Aye. So, what's your plan next? I've seen that you've been a lot of places. I tried to hunt you down at a few of the townsfolk places. I can see that you've been quite busy. But I met Sir Nipper on the way. He was bringing Linane back, and he told me where to head to find you.
Good job you did when you did.
Always of service.
Can I pass River some dark common clothes because he's still wearing the red brand outfit, isn't he?
He's wearing normal travel clothes. I just don't have a different token for him. I'll look up a nicer token for him for next time.
Okay, it doesn't matter too much.
Also, one that doesn't have elf ears.
So, what is the plan for now?
So we'll go to the inn, haven't we?
Yeah, you've got the inn.
It's the last member of the town we were trying to save in this.
Yeah, and look on the book. You don't have to escort Barthen to your house anymore.
No.
So we can go straight there.
And we've gained River with potentially all manner of new skills.
Yay, another person to fail some checks. That's good.
Let's do it, guys.
Let's
Although he
go.
just saved our ass. Well, he didn't save our ass. He got that guy for us that didn't run away. And
That's true.
Big balls a bit.
Okay, so this is what you remember Stonehill Inn to look like, if you guys can see.
Yeah,
oh, there's a lot of rooms, isn't there?
and windows. We've got windows now though, so we can actually recce it.
Big window here, 2 double doors,
Windows all down.
fireplace here, the windows all down this wall here,
Yeah,
and this wall,
So-
and well, all these, yeah.
if we have
So many entrances.
we've got sight into every room basically. So if we were to do our recce thoroughly,
Except the toilet.
and these 2 bedrooms in the middle. Just
Oh, yeah.
one.
Shit.
Okay.
These ones. There we go. It's working now.
so
Um,
I dare say should we pick a window each or a side of the building each?
Yeah, I think so. How many of us is there now? I mean, we can get. I mean, I'm sure River's on board, isn't he? So that's
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of us. So 1, 2, 3. Someone can listen at the door. That's 4, and then 5 over there.
yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
Brooke, do you want to listen at the door again? You're sort of most sort of stealthy of us.
Yeah, I'll do the door.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. You can. I'm just sorting a few bits out.
Okay.
So, Lars, and Growling, you got any preference of where you want to be?
Wherever's going to get us least seen, I think, because we're the least sneaky.
Well, the smallest windows are the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Bedrooms.
So I don't mind going to the big window, top right, so I can sort of sneak around there and get as big a view as I can of that main room. Yeah, that one. So if I'm there and Rook is at the doors,
Yeah. We need someone here, someone on this wall here, someone on this wall, and then someone at the window here.
well, I can see clear across from there, can't I? If I'm here,
Yeah, but we still got. So it's you, me,
if
and
I'm
then
there,
there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So there's only 5 of us anyway. So yeah. So really, we only want people on
So you've got
the.
opportunity to like, if like say 2 or 3 of you wanted to do rolling to like look through the windows and everything, you can, because you don't have to just do one window each kind of thing. It's just casing the joint at the minute. So you can kind of group do it to sort of go right. The 3 of us are going to sort of look through the windows, and so you each roll, and then you can go from there kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, are you still happy to listen to Rook?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if the other 3 of us, if we say we're going to scout all the windows, if we roll for that, are you happy with that?
Yeah. Everyone else happy?
Okay, so let's have a look at this then. So Rook is listening at the door,
Yeah.
and then Lars, Growlram, and Gaius. You're all looking at windows.
Mm-hmm.
And River, if he's about.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. So what I need, everyone who's looking in windows, I need a perception. I might allow a stealth check, and Rook perception check / stealth check on the door.
Sam appeared to look in the window, but his own breath steaming the window up.
I mean, I wasn't rolling stealth because that would be at disadvantage, so I'm not going to aim any of that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, you got advantage on that, surely?
Yeah, I do. Keep forgetting to turn it on. It didn't help.
All right. So you guys go and case the over a short period of time. So there's a lot of noise and warmth and light coming from the one sec. So you can see that this is obviously being used as sort of one of the main barracks / mess hall / sort of rest areas.
Oh shit!
Oh my goodness me!
So as you go around, you sort of peer in the windows of each of the rooms, and as far as you can tell with some of the comings and goings, there are drow in every single one of the rooms in the inn, and there's quite a number of drow eating and drinking and shooting the shit in the tavern. And you can see a very tired, somewhat beaten up Toblin at his counter, washing glasses, making drinks, occasionally wandering over at their summons and bringing them more food and drink.
Do we want to try and sneak him out a window?
So I think, like, rather than us try and take on the horde, if we can, whoever's at a window, if we could try and get his attention, and then just have him, about his own days, sort of bimble towards the window nonchalantly, and then just have him off out of it, and we all fucking leg it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
we're
I
trying
think-
to do? Just trying to get this guy's attention.
Yeah, like if that's Toblin, right? So
Yeah.
we don't care about the rest of all these people. We're not going to do anything else. So if
We're highly outnumbered by the
Exactly.
sounds of it.
So rather than have a confrontation, if one of us, like for argument's sake, say I'm here, I just sort of like gently rap on the window to get him to look around, but not loudly enough so these guys here can hear it. And I just beckon him over with my hand or something and slide the window open. Then if he edges towards me and just, we could have whoever else, it doesn't have to be me over here, but whoever else can be by
Two
the
strong
door.
people or something,
There's-
grab him
there's
to pull him out.
Yeah. So they pull him out the window. Them guys, the rest of the room are going to head for the door. That's the main way out. So if we
That's what I was just thinking. And do these, by eye of what I can see, do these doors open outwards?
Yes. Double doors opening outwards. They're nice, sturdy, big doors.
So if
Okay.
we put the immovable rod by them, they wouldn't be able to get out.
But Nipper has the rod.
Well, I think it's reasonable to suggest that you guys have the rod. However, do bear in mind that if you guys lose the immovable rod, someone is going to have to tell Nipper.
Yeah.
We could tell him River lost it.
I'm not being funny as well. They've got that mage in there, so they'd be out. They'd be out of that. Not a problem.
Yeah, but they wouldn't know. All we need is to buy ourselves time to run off into the.
To run off. But then, yeah, we need to take the rod. And as soon as we take the rod,
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Do we need then to create a diversion or a distraction
Clever girl.
on the other side?
Yeah.
On the other side.
Sorry, I wait until Andrew's finished.
Sorry, I'm just thinking, do we create a distraction on this window? Sorry, hold on, my thing is playing up again.
This window.
Yeah, should
My
we?
thinking was, rather than losing the rod and possibly losing the rod, could I reverse lockpick a door to lock it rather than unlock it?
You could certainly have a go, I reckon.
Because then
And
they'd
if
have
Growl-
to find the key, wouldn't they?
If Growlroom and I smash that window, like big ol' shatter it to pieces, that's going to be a good distraction.
Yeah. But maybe
But also an exit.
if only one of you.
Wow,
that
it's true.
window, because we need one strong person to pull Toblin out the other window.
He's quite a big guy.
So if Rook is going to do the lock,
Yeah.
if I go and smash the other window and I don't know, taunt them or whatever, and then Growlrim goes to the other window and drags Toblin out. How does that sound for an idea?
I think I've got
I
him on
think
my
how
own.
how
We
how
still
do
need
we-
we need a distraction, but I don't think
yeah.
completely smashing the window, because if they
No,
see the window,
I
smash,
will.
they're
Hang
gonna
on
charge
a
out.
minute. What
True.
about What about opening the door?
We want to keep him inside, don't we?
No,
Yeah.
but what about opening the door, shouting in, and then slamming it shut again?
And then very quickly locking it.
Yeah, providing I can do that.
Well, we can just we only need to stop them for enough time to get away. So we could find, I'm sure there's a trusty thick spade somewhere, or that we can just wedge in there.
My other concern is if we shout and there's a kerfuffle, then the door is the exit. And if we're trying to get someone out of that corner, these people have to come out this way.
Are they coming out there?
How about Rook? You've got a minor illusion spell where you can look like someone else, don't you?
Well, I have disguise, yeah. I have minor illusion, but I also have disguise, yeah.
So could you not disguise yourself as that sort of high-end up drow we've just killed? And
that's why that was why we said about keep. Well, one of the reasons we kept her, and why I took a mental image of what she looks like.
So you could open the door as her. Everyone's going to have their attention on you. You know, you can waffle whatever you want to waffle, and then we could get Toblin out the top corner again through the window.
That's not a bad idea.
Because that way we're not per se, causing any sort of conflict or battle. We can.
You know what could be a good idea.
I'm not good with the chatting, as in like.
Is this a, is that a fireplace? Is that a fireplace?
Oh yeah.
Big fireplace at the back.
Why not drop one of the bodies down the fireplace?
I wondered when one of the bodies was going to use.
You could try and convince them that they need to go find us.
I mean,
could we cover the fireplace up? Can we cover the fireplace up and cause some smoke?
Oh yeah, you can't speak their language, can you? That's the other thing.
I can't speak their language, but I can understand their language.
Yeah, because if you try to speak in common to them, they'll be like, "Why the hell are you talking in common? Who are you?"
Yeah, and it would be weird. Like, cause surely they would expect. That's what I mean. I have a spell which allows me to understand, as in like listen to conversations, but I can't speak.
Don't forget.
How about?
Hang on a minute. No. I've got a good idea. I can whack some fucking great big flames down that chimney. Cause the distraction. Whilst Lars does the getting out.
Yeah, and I'll lock the door.
Worst case scenario, we inflict some fire damage on them and set the place alight.
Burn it.
I mean, look at those look at those beautiful wooden tables.
Are you confident you can climb up on top to fire it down the chimney?
I'm up on there. Don't worry. I'm up there already.
If
I was up there yesterday. Whether I could get down again or not, I don't know.
If you're like set up to getting in, like to starting this heist, is to have him basically belch fire down the chimney. Like, you guys can spend time getting him up there. That's no bother. You can definitely get him up there.
Have any of us got any oil or anything on our persons?
I do.
We had that everlasting oil, didn't we?
Yeah, but I think again,
if you were to get that brow rim and him pour it down there and then breathe down it, it's more likely to have a bigger effect.
Agreed.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I've got a flask of oil.
So if you gave him the flask of oil, and then, as you say, if Lars goes round to do the heavy lifting on Toblin, then Rook is going to do something with the door, and then River and I guess we could go with Growlrim, really, because we don't need to cover. There's no other exits. So if the idea is to burn the majority of them and sort of hinder them, we're just going to run off into the night, essentially. Back. To
as soon as I've locked this door, I'm heading. I'm tailing it over to the window where Toblin's going to be, Toblin or whatever.
effectively, River and I are kind of almost sitting it out, really. I mean, we can be next to Lars.
No, well, no. You can be focusing on the how we get
Yeah.
away.
And
Yeah,
don't forget, guys, this heist, is not necessarily going to just happen exactly the way you want it to happen. So stuff's going to happen that you'll need to deal with. So you'll all have roles.
Yeah, so we need to be a defensive as well, as in we need to have other options in case shit goes wrong.
Well, I mean, would it be worth if I went alongside River, alongside Lars, for argument's sake, if he has to roll strength or something to get Toblin out the window, if I'm next to him, if he fails his strength check, then I can roll a similar thing to try and help out. If that was to go a bit squiffy.
Yeah, and I'll keep River where he is essentially, because he can have an eye of this area.
Mm-hmm.
Growram will be on top doing his thing.
Really mess up pouring oil down a fire and then belching down it.
Well, it could come back up, but
Yeah, but I'm immune.
yeah, I suppose, yeah. Scales and shit.
Yeah,
I think
don't
we're
mind
at
the powering like us.
Okay, so let me just recap what I think your plan is, just to make sure that I've not got this wrong. Growrim is going to pour a load of oil down the chimney and then use his fire breath down the chimney to sort of create, and I'm going to use the loose phrase, a distraction. And at the same time that's happening, what's happening? What are the rest of you doing?
I'm reverse engineering the lock to lock it instead of what I usually do, which is to unlock doors.
Yep.
And I am persuading Toblin to climb out the window for me.
And I'm going to be with you, and I think you're going to be lifting him out, Sam, to be perfectly honest, helping him out through the window.
I'm going to be persuading him physically, but it's going to be persuasion.
I think we can assume that River has been helping Growrim get up onto the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Give him a boost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're all in place. You two. Gaius and Lars, you are positioned outside of Toblin's window, waiting for. I mean, I imagine the signal will be a big thwomp.
Fire.
Yeah, I think that's the signal. Yeah.
And Rook, at the same time, you're trying to lock the door.
Yeah.
And so what I need to kick this all off then is I need some sort of roll from Growrim to sort of really set this up. Actually, do you know what? No, you're using your breath. I'm going to assume that succeeds. So what I need then to crack on with this is Rook, I need you to roll, I guess it would be stealth for your lock, for your.
Or is it sleight of hand?
Sorry?
If it's got advantage on it, so he gets 2 rolls.
Yeah. Stealth. Ignore me.
Woo.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. So while you start rattling deftly, and you're trying to be as quiet as possible with these really quite large locks on the door, and just as you're sort of right at the point, there is a massive hiss and then a big thwomp as Growrim has poured quite a large amount of oil down the fire and has then basically, like a teenage girl after her first binge of alcohol, has puked an extensive amount of fire through. Gaia, and that thump sort of makes Rook jump, but that is just the amount of force that's needed to lock the door lock solidly in place. So those doors are thoroughly locked. Now, Lars and Gaius, your vision is slightly blinded by. Hang on.
Bright light. I'm gonna add some fire. Yep.
The explosion of liquid napalm flame. The fire breath, augmented by the vast amount of oil, has caused quite the explosion of liquid fire. and lots of.
I don't think we needed to lock the door, you know.
On the plus side, the door has stopped the fire getting. So
Blowing out.
so everyone's attention is fairly well distracted. So Lars, you're going to knock on the window and try and get Toblin's attention. So can you roll persuasion for me?
Can I use my inspiration to get advantage on it?
Yeah. Nice.
Well, tell us the story. Tell us the story. Come on, man.
Well, considering one of those was a 1, I'm glad.
So
Very glad to use that. So yeah, I lightly rap on the door, on the window even, and I assume he looks at me, and I tell him I open the door, grab him by the wrist, and just yank him out.
okay.
Physical persuasion.
Okay, that's so. Guys, what are you doing? Are you trying to help him pull him through?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. What I need you both to do then are strength checks.
It's just a standard,
Yes.
not a saving throw, is it? Oh, I did that with advantage.
Take your first one.
Yeah, I'll take the first one.
Yeah. Which was the better one anyway.
Yeah.
I'm kind like.
Strength. Where's strength?
Top left.
Also known as.
So
In your attributes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's fine. So you sort of start pulling him, and he is trying to help climb out. However, a couple of drow nearby see, and they run towards him and grab his legs from behind. So you're now in a sort of tug of war with hope. Okay, so you two are having a tug of war with Toblin as your rope. Rook, you can hear the door being thudded on and whacked on and rattled, and then it starts to be a sort of rhythmic whack, whack. The door is being, obviously, at least some of the drow are trying to break their way out of the door. Growrim, there's been a lot of fire blast back up out of the chimney. You are pretty sure you have nuked the hell out of the thing. What are you going to do? Are you coming back down?
No, I'm going to do it again.
I think you only have one breath use per long rest.
Do I?
I don't think you can just use it infinitely.
Do you want to come down and give us a hand, maybe, with this tug of war?
Well, I was going to say, well, I mean, he can do what he likes, but I was going to say what I was going to do next.
Cool.
Hold
Let's
on.
go.
Give me a minute.
I have a solution to our problem.
I'm all ears.
Can I use command again, but as a level 2 spell this time, which means it can affect 2 things. And again, tell them to drop.
Okay.
I'm assuming these guys aren't as wise as the last person.
I'm going to allow you to do that, but you are at a disadvantage because you're also trying to pull Toblin, unless you're going to let him go.
It's only verbal.
It says a short or long rest.
Yeah. So you haven't had either of those, I'm afraid.
Either of them, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
No, that's
The spell is just verbal, Paul, so I don't need to do anything
What
now.
can I see, Paul? What can I see?
you can't see an awful lot apart from the flame that's been belching back up out of the chimney.
I'm assuming River's there to help me.
Yeah. So you can just get down. That's fine. I just want to know where you're likely to move towards when you get.
I'm going to head towards the hostage.
Okay, you're going to move over in this direction. Yep, that's cool. Cool. Oh, God damn it.
Oh,
So,
shifted.
right. Cool. So you're going to head around this way. That is fine. I'm just sorting this all out. Okay, so yeah, I know that your spell is verbal, but I'm putting it at a disadvantage because you are having to exert an awful lot of effort to pull. So if you're going to continue to pull at the same time, Lars, I think it's reasonable that you're at a disadvantage.
Okay then.
But I'm doing so well. Hot pulling.
If anything, the fact that you're pitifully helping is kind of distracting him more, if I'm honest, Gaius.
See, I was going for the other drow laughing.
Okay.
Maybe putting them at a disadvantage.
Okay, well, so Lars is going to sort of attempt this spell. What are you going to do, Gaius, to try and get Toblin through?
Is it better to try and like actually kill one of them?
I might let go and use my longbow and try and take one of them out.
Okay, that's fine. So I need you to roll an attack for me. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So what happens then is that Lars, you cast your spell, and the drow here immediately lets go, looking somewhat puzzled, and you are pulling quite hard. And you feel obviously the pulling slacken somewhat, and then you fall backwards because you pull Toblin straight out of the window because Gaius has let go, pulled his bow, and shot this other drow right in the head. Meaning,
Nice.
neither of them are pulling on Toblin, and you manage to yoink him out the window.
Nice.
Run away!
So, Rook, the doors appear to be holding pretty well. River runs round and sort of sticks his dagger under the door that's not on fire and just stomps it under, wedging it even further closed, and then sort of taps you on the side and sort of nods in the direction of your house.
Okay.
You're taking it as a good idea to leg it.
Yeah. Let's
Congrats.
move
Then
back
you
to the house.
actually save someone from like untold numbers of drow. And you got to set something on fire and it didn't kill any of you.
I think it may have taken some of the drow out with it.
Yeah, I'd say so. And you sort of wedged them all in as well, which is quite impressive.
With the big heavy doors that are now locked. And
Paul, do we ever kind of find out the aftermath of this?
Well, it depends whether you
Or
want
is
to
that?
sit around and watch.
I say
Well,
we get back to the house.
Yeah,
Well,
just get back.
I mean, the whole building's going to go alight, isn't it?
It's very on fire, so it's spreading rapidly. So from what you saw, like you're aware that there's no other easy way out apart from the windows. But the entirety, when you guys last saw through the window, about half the space of the floor in the main dining area was full of fire, and it was spreading rapidly. It was getting up into the rafters already. So this place is going to be completely on fire.
Are the drow in the bedrooms asleep?
They were asleep when you checked in the windows. You don't know whether they're awake now, unless you want to take some time to have a look in the windows.
I'm gone. I'm already on the way back to the house.
We're off. We're off with Toblin.
Yeah, I think we need to get out of here.
Graham, if you
Got what we came for.
appear in the windows at some sleeping drow, you're more than welcome.
I'd like to take a look in this window here on the side. I can't. I don't know why my game has gone a bit funny. Not
That one?
got something. No, the other one, the big one on the side.
Oh, that one or
No.
the one on this one?
That one. That
Okay.
one.
So as you go past, hang on a moment. So basically, as you peer through the window on your way past, basically the entirety of the tavern is massively on fire. You reckon that by the time you get back to your house, the whole thing will just be one massive inferno. You would estimate exactly 0 survivors. What a
Nice.
chilling response.
Can I regale that to the others?
Yeah, sure. Feel free to. What do you say to them?
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know. Give me a moment, and I'll think of something wise to say.
Okay. Well, let's assume that they're sort of moving back towards their house. So obviously, looking at the map here, you're at the Stonehill Inn, and your house is here. So
But we've got to avoid the town hall.
yeah. So now those 2 buildings are both massively on fire. So you've probably set fire to the 2 most important buildings in the town.
Which way do we want to go, guys? Do we want to go towards the Lion Shield Costa and go round, or should we go up past Barthen's and go down past the Sleeping Giant? We don't want to
I think that was the way we originally said, wasn't it? Stay out
Yeah,
of
I
the way.
think we'll go that way.
We're going up towards Barthen's.
Yeah, around there and down past the
Giant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And home.
Okay, cool. You can do that. And so, obviously, you guys are slightly ahead of Growler, but you can kind of regather on the way in the dark and sort of make your way back to the house. And so you can. Let's put you back at home. I should have brought. Bear with me. Need to bring.
Oh, what are we going to do with Droop, guys? Are we going to bring him with us?
Good question. Or do we leave him there to hold the fort?
They may just riot everything. I don't know.
Well,
we can leave him there to hold the fort and keep an eye out, and show him the passage so that.
And we'll say that, like, if it goes sour, just fill in the tunnels on your way in, sort of thing.
So, of the 7 people, how many people will be sent to recover?
It was 7, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, we've got 5 out of 7. That's not bad.
Yeah, you did all right as it goes.
Yeah.
To be fair, no one knows, so we could say the other 2 were dead when we got there. We were perfect.
Like true heroes.
I mean, there is that.
Like true history is written by the winners.
Are you guys the winners?
Always. The rest are dead.
That's true. I can't argue with that point. Okay, hang on. So you guys managed to rescue Quelin Alderleaf, just about. And Darren Ademath, and Linen Greywind, and Toblin Stonehill. But we should all take a moment to appreciate that you didn't manage to save Elmer Barthen or Harbin Wester. The poor sods. Okay, so you guys have returned back to the house. Let me just. So you were instructing like the people that you rescued to sort of head back to the camp, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, I lost you.
Okay, you're back now, though.
I am back.
So yeah, you guys have made it back to the house. So you've got Toblin there with you. Droop's there. Nipper is there as well. And you've got River. But it's Nipper and Droop have sent on the other surviving townsfolk to the Harper encampment. So you kind of got a choice as to what you want to do now.
Right,
Surely
we need to go back to the back to that.
And then we can ask all the people that we've rescued what has been going on in the town. Do they know anything about Black Spider? Anything like that, really?
No, I think we go for the book.
We're going to go for the book.
Yes, sir.
There are three was it 3 buildings now or 2 buildings on fire?
It's 2 major buildings very on fire.
We've got such a distraction. We've got to go for this. We can send River and is it Torsion?
Toblin.
What's the name of the barkeep?
Toblin.
Toblin, yeah.
We can send them back to the party to let them know what we're doing. I don't think we've got time to waste. I think we've got perfect distractions going on. I think it's time we get this book.
Probably right, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think so. I plan on trying to find this whole book thing as well.
Okay, well, have we got any clues?
Well, no, we know we went to that trap door, didn't we?
Yeah,
That was in
Manor.
Yeah, we got that.
We've got to go to the manor, really, haven't we? And
Give me the
see
manor
what's
again.
going on there.
Yeah.
Do we want to?
We've got a tunnel straight there, so.
You want to go now? You don't want to have a short rest or anything? I'm just thinking, Growlrim, you've used your fire breath and that, haven't you?
We
I
can
think
have a
if we
short rest.
how long is a short rest?
4 hours, I think.
It's like 3 hours, but I need to just check.
Because I feel like that's too long.
But we would have taken about half an hour, wouldn't we? I won't need it, will I? I won't need it.
Yeah, how often do
I
you
think
need?
I've got one slot left, so.
Oh no, a short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long in which the character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, or tending to wounds.
Can we spare an hour?
I reckon that you can, but I reckon we can allow for, if you guys are going to make your way to the manor house, between finishing the conflagration, organising, getting everyone out and chatting and getting yourself to the manor house, I'll allow that you've done a short rest.
What does a short rest give you again?
Basically, a short rest recovers any skills that require you to have a short rest to recount, and you can use
hit dice.
But I don't think any of you have actually cumulatively taken any damage.
No. So it doesn't restore like spell slots or anything.
Yeah, does it do spell slots or not?
Did it, Paul? Did Sam take any damage? Sorry, Lars take any damage?
But I appreciate you trying to throw your party member under the bus. That's good of you.
Just trying to get me back.
No, I was just being open and honest.
I know, I'm only messing with you.
I believe in honesty.
So yeah, my belief is that a short rest you don't get any of your spell back.
No, I didn't think you did. No.
I don't think I'll need my fire though.
But
I guess I've got it if I need it.
You've got it, exactly. You've got it if you need it. Who knows what we'll find in the manor?
All manner of things.
Aha, you jest.
Are we going to quickly get in there now, and then we?
Yeah, let's go straight through the tunnel.
Okay, you're gonna.
Let's get there and get in and leave it there. I think.
Well, okay, so you guys are going to head back to the Tresendar Manor. Let's move you across to there so you can see where you're looking at.
Did we agree to say to Droop, hold the fort, but if it all goes south at our house, make your way through the tunnels and fill him in.
And close it behind you, yeah.
Close it behind you, and then he can be with the rest of the group.
Yep, and we'll have to make our way some other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you were heading back to the house, you were conscious of seeing the lights of torches of a number of what appeared to be people moving from the manor down towards the town. So when you get to the end of the. So you guys head your way back down the tunnel, and you make your way all the way to the end to the trap door at the manor house. What
Yeah.
do you do?
You want to have a listen first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to have a listen?
Be me, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a minute. I have let you know, Rook, what you hear.
Yeah, I hear nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. No sound. There's nothing. Sounds all quiet.
All quiet on, and we saw the torches leaving the manor. So, should we press on?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Let's press on.
Okay, so you're going to open the latch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you open up the trapdoor, or you press the latch and it clacks open, and you see a crack of light appear as the trapdoor opens slightly. You push it open, and the mechanism groans and creaks and squeals as you push it open, and the bed moves out of the way. Fortunately, when you all clamber out, half expecting a load of drow to jump on you, nothing of the such happens, and you find yourselves emerging into a empty barracks area, but it's pretty disheveled, like people have left it quite urgently. Like there's a lot of stuff strewn around, stuff dropped, but you don't hear anything else in the manor house.
Either the distractions are working, or they found what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess.
Okay, where do we think this book is going to be? Do we think it's going to be in this level? Do we think it's going to be further down?
It's not going to
Lower
be.
down.
Yeah, if it's going to be hidden, it's going to be down, isn't it?
Yeah.
But all we know is it was sold to this guy. That's all we know.
Yeah, but then where did we find the demon activity before?
That was further down. So
Yeah.
I'd say it'd be in the lowest point.
Yeah, I say it's definitely not on this floor, so I'd say we've entered.
Do we want to have at least a quick look? Where is the entrance to that lower level? Can we remember where that is on here, Paul?
Right there.
What's the T, Paul?
Stairs, isn't it?
Oh, that was
That's a trap.
Okay.
big spike pit. The old
Yeah.
Yeah, where was the doorway to that lower level we
right there.
ended up in? There. Okay, I'm just wondering, do we want to have a quick scout round here, see if there's been much activity,
Paul, when we
or do we want to go straight down?
Well, I mean, what are you looking for with the activity? I mean, like,
I want to see where they've been looking, I guess.
I doubt they'll have been looking on this.
I don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, like,
Well, we don't know where it is my point. We've got to find some sort of hint.
But if we go to the deepest, if we go to the down, then we have to come back up anyway. So if we can't find it, we look as we come back up.
we'd just be.
That's
I guess
the
so.
only way to do it. It's good.
Yeah, and I suppose if we're next to the door, it's convenient. But I'm just want to make sure we've considered it.
Question, Paul.
Yep.
When we use an item from the cloak,
Yep.
I assume it's consumed.
Yes, it is. So you
Okay.
only have one window patch left. You used one of them, and so
And these bridges that are no more,
they're gone.
can we traverse those?
Oh
Can we
yeah,
traverse that gap?
it's about an 8 to 10 foot deep chasm, but the size.
I've climbed it.
Rook's been down and up and down and up those a few times.
Okay, fine. I wondered about putting a boat over across it, but if we don't need to, that's fine.
Just as an FYI, that doorway is wide open.
That changes things.
Yeah, I could have mentioned it earlier, but you guys were chatting and I didn't want to interrupt.
So this floor is pretty much deserted. So I say we just press onto the bottom, like we said.
Yeah, but if the door's wide open, they've been down there and rushed out again.
Yeah, but we don't know whether they got
They might
interrupted
just
in their
not
search.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way of knowing how far they've got in their search, and we're not going to know until, as I say, if we get to the bottom, search all around, work our way out floor by floor.
Even if they found it, there's not much we can do right now. Like, we still need to have a look.
We need to know that they've found it.
Yeah, exactly. We need to know it's not here to go somewhere else. If we go somewhere else and it's still here, we're none the wiser.
Exactly. So I say we just head on through that door.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Plus, we probably have the upper hand here.
let me just.
Hold on. I meant to say that.
So that is the. Ignore all of the beasties.
Where are we?
We can see everything, probably.
You should be able to see everything because you've all been there. Well, all of you bar the power room have been down here before.
It's still got. I was gonna say it's still got all the undead things on it.
Yeah, I know. I was working on it. But everything's running a little bit slow. So
There's some spiders down the bottom.
I know.
just in case.
Jesus Christ! Heaven forbid you have to use your imagination, Lance. So yeah,
Sorry.
clamber down, and you descend these wooden stairwells down into this area here.
It's weird seeing it in colour. I think last time, because we had the dynamic light, and it was all black and white.
Yeah, it was all dark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really weird.
I put it in daylight mode.
Or just as memory mode, like because we've been here before, we kind of have an idea of what stuff looks like.
Oh. Oops. There we go. You guys can see it again in a sec. Hopefully. No. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, you guys descend down into that area. It looks like the place has been torn apart. While the map here showed, like this map is the memory that you would have, like the sort of rotting, mouldy remains of furniture basically destroyed, and there's sort of like fragments of what was left of the furniture just up in the corners. It looks like this place has been ransacked and combed from top to bottom. There's even some evidence of like chipping at the walls in the immediate area that you're looking at here. So, what you gonna do?
Where are we? All right, we came in there, yeah.
So yeah, you came in from up here and descended the steps. So yeah, this room is basically an empty stone rectangle with the remains of what this furniture was basically crumbled into fragments, chucked in a corner. It's pretty obvious that the place has been ransacked.
Yeah, they were searching everywhere.
Okay, do we want to have a look around here, or are we pretty certain that they've not found what they were looking for?
Yeah,
well, this book, it's not going to like openly be on a shelf or anything, is it?
No.
No, it's going to be in like a hidden.
I think it's going to be locked away, hidden away.
Yeah,
trapped maybe.
So
I don't know.
We want to be looking for. We want to be like looking under a rug. Like,
wasn't there a door?
Yeah, that you do remember the sort of wording around the. So you guys have the 3-word passphrase from the three brothers, the Rockseeker brothers, and the statement was that it underneath, underneath the manor. It was basically the book was behind a door that requires a passcode.
Right. Okay, Did we see any evidence of something that could be a doorway down here?
I
Because
mean,
we know there's a secret door down here that we went through,
there's loads of doorways.
but
No,
they're all doors we've been through, aren't they? Then there was nothing sort of in a wall or something.
This would be a door we've not been through because we need a pass phrase.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get into it.
you're not conscious of anything. It looks like someone's been chipping away at the sort of wall fascias in here to see if there was anything behind it, and not really finding anything other than bedrock.
I don't think they found anything on this floor.
No, I don't. There was another floor there, wasn't there, where it went down into.
Yeah, so there's a passageway down into the cavern this way.
Yeah.
Go down again.
So you're going to go further in.
If we go down to where we think it's most likely to be, and then if we don't find anything, we have to work our way back. But while we have the time to get as deep in here as possible, we may as well.
Do you mind, guys, if I disappear because I've got to go and sort my daughter out?
Well, we can call it a night there. To be, we can move on.
I'm also conscious we don't want to go too much further without Nipper.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair shout.
Yeah.
Should we just say like we've all agreed that we're going to go down onto the next floor, and then the next session we start.
We can start that, yeah.
And we start on the next floor, yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Cool. Fine by me.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Cheers, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A modest low number of deaths.
Yeah. I think one failed heist and one successful heist is not a bad night's work.
Yeah.
I mean, you killed a lot of drow.
I didn't do anything of the such.
You just happened to be around when there was fire.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well,
I could start singing the Prodigy, but it's a little bit late for that. Right. Anyhow, I need to